Alright, so I know like these platforms, technically I'm not supposed to have a scarf on my head and supposed to have makeup on and be looking all on point and stuff, but I don't know. On here I can just be real, like, because no one knows this exists, and I can't even explain what I'm feeling. It all just hit me like a flood. Like I just like halfway through my work shift, I was like, man, I'm not working tomorrow. Tomorrow's my mom's birthday. I'm not working. And I was just like, I'm gonna take the guys to the movies. So I'm like, I'm not gonna make a big deal out of it. Invited my brother, to go to the movies. Figure we'll just go to the movies and maybe get some ice cream or something. And then right before I clocked out, so I just started thinking more and more. I'm just like, tomorrow's my mom's birthday, and I think I'm the only one who knows, which I'm sure I'm not the only one who knows because my grandmother gave birth to her, so I'm pretty sure she knows. So I'm going to call her here in a little bit, but I just was like, I don't want to bring it up to the boys or bring it up to my brother and like make them feel sad and think about it. Like, I just don't know how to deal with this, like, this grief thing. Like, because, like, for her year from when she passed, I'm like, do I have a celebration? Like, what do I do? Like, so I don't know. So, anyways, right before I clocked out, my friend, who, I mean, because it's just crazy when I think about the last quarter of 2017, me, my best friend from high school, we lost our moms within a week. My stylist, spiritual sister, friend, by just everything, Angela, she lost her dad like a week after that. Like, we lost our parents like just within weeks. And then my friend Talise, she lost her fiance on New Year's Eve. And it's just like, also, my husband, my ex-husband, had moved out. That last quarter, I found out my youngest son had epilepsy. Like, it just was like a lot. Like, and I think back, like, man, how am I even still here? And, but anyways, so I told her, I was like, I'm out, girl. Like, I'm clocking out because I'm done for today. Like, I'm over it. And we were just Skyping back and forth. And I was like, yeah, I'll talk to you on Wednesday. I'm not, like, I won't be back till Wednesday. And then her message was like, happy birthday to your mom tomorrow. And when I tell y'all, like, I just started crying at my desk. Like, those big old, like, silent tears that just come streaming down and come streaming down and come streaming down. Like, that's what I mean, they just poured out, like, and I just was like, I was so touched by that, like, was so overwhelmed by that. Like, I just like, I appreciated her. I appreciate her all the time, but I mean, like, in that moment, and I just thank God. Like, I was such a, like, I literally was thinking, like, nobody remembers but me, and the timing just couldn't have been more perfect. And oh, I just sat there for like 20 minutes, just crying, just crying, just crying. And then I'm like, I need to go get me some cheese puffs and a Pepsi. Because then I was like, I posted something about her just thanking her, and I went to Speedway, and when I got out of the car, there was this woman and her daughter outside, and she was like, can we use your phone because we are stranded? And I'm just like, yeah, I hear, and I had just wiped my face off because, like, I still was, like, kind of crying, but I was like, if I can get these cheese puffs, like, I'll feel so much better. Like, anyway, so, she used the phone and whoever didn't answer, and so I was like, well, where are you trying to get to? And then she explained that her car made it to the gas station. It was at the pump. And I said, well, come on, I will help you with some gas. And her daughter was talking, like, saying that she's hungry. I'm like, I can get, she's like, we're trying to get to my mom's house to get her daughter something to eat. And I was like, just come on and I'll get her something. And get you some gas, like, so you guys can get just to wherever you need to get to. And so they came in the store with me, and I got my stuff, and they got their stuff, and we checked out. And she was just thanking me, and she was like, God bless you. And I was like, and here I go again, thinking I'm about to be witnessing to someone else. I'm like, no, God bless you, because he provides for you. He's a provider, and you can depend on him anytime you need to. And I said, if you ever, want to come visit a church, I said, my church is right down the street. It's the Rock Columbus. And she was like, we've been there. She was like, and you guys blessed us. I guess we took up an offering for her and her family because they were sleeping in their car. And she was like, oh my goodness. And like, it was insane. And then I remembered her and her daughter and her husband, like, because her daughter had went and gave a word. And I was just like, well, it's meant to be. You come back. And she was just kind of telling me how ever since that day that they came to church, like, things have been turning around for them and stuff. And I was just like, well, he's so intentional with everything he does. And I just kind of like blessed my soul. And I told her, I was like, you know what? Well, she was like, you were such a blessing. I was like, she was like, you did that with so much joy. And I was like, really? I said, because I was just crying in my car, like, before. I said, my mom's birthday is tomorrow, and I'm just feeling like no one remembers. And it was just such a divine intervention in that moment, because what are the odds? What are the odds? What are the odds that at that same time? And when it comes to God, it's like, I don't even think about, like, I was thinking about my mom and stuff, but when it comes to any time to show someone the love of God, like, I'm on it. Like, I'm just on it. Like, because any encounter can change a person's life, can change their trajectory. Like, it's just the one thing that happens. And it's just like, I want to be his light. And it wasn't until after we were outside standing, after I paid for everything and invited them to church, that she told me. And I was just like, Lord, like, because if that whole situation did not touch that family, to know how intentional God is, I don't know what else can. Because first she just asked to use my phone. That's all she asked for, was to use my phone. And so that had me, like, discombobulated. And then I get home and I go to let the dog out, and I check my mailbox. I have a package from Wish, which I don't know if I told you guys about the Wish analogy, or if I talked about it somewhere else, but basically, something I ordered probably a month or two ago, and I don't know what the package is, and I just look at it like God's promises. Like when He gives us the gift, like we have to open it up and we have to use it. And an envelope from Publishers Clearinghouse. Miss Kahana gave a word at church yesterday that was so awesome about the Publishers Clearinghouse, and I just was like, oh, oh, I'm like, I can't. Like, this is like so much right now because I'm like, I'm sad, but God is like coming at me, and I'm just like, I don't know what I'm feeling. Like, and then I go to class, and my mentor starts talking about the mantle, and my mom passed. Like, that was a big thing that I got the word mantle, baton, and something else. I made, I made something, and the grief pottery class. But yeah, so then she started talking about spiritual mothers, and then she said having the right disconnect. Like all these words that she was saying, like was like boom, boom, boom. Like they just all was all hitting spots in me. Like, I mean, these are just like words that just like you don't hear every day. Like, and all of this stuff just took place in about an hour, within an hour and a half. Like, including me coming in and setting up my phone to come do this video. So, oh, I don't know, you guys. This is just like, and then the class was on relationships, and I'm like, oh, like we didn't have the greatest relationship, but I did get to spend the last month with her, and it was very spiritual. It was very spiritual, and then it was like I was getting anger from thinking about how my ex-husband wasn't there for me during that time that I was going through all that, which I really know he shouldn't have been there because I wouldn't have been able to have that quality time with my mom that I got to have because he would have needed attention and stuff. So I just know that that was God, like that was my daddy. He was making sure that I was receiving everything that I needed. And I didn't need any distractions in that season, but it's just still for him to come out of his mouth and say I abandoned him. Like I wanted to like really lay hands on him in such a major way. Like, anyways, so yeah, I didn't feel like writing all this down. I didn't want to forget any of it, so loving my YouTube channel, my own private escape. And I mean, like, y'all know my hair is done. Like, I just got my hair done, but it's wrapped up because I'm about to get in my bed and I'm about to read. Like, I just know, like, this past hour drained me. Like, drained. That's why I was like, I'm gonna name this Raw. Alright, my, like, ringtone thing is, like, showing up here. Like, I don't even know what to do. Oh! Okay, it's off. I was just checking the time because you guys know I can get to talking on here about nothing, so But I'm gonna go ahead and end this because I feel a lot better getting all of this out and not putting it on anyone. Like, because it's like a lot. I'm like, and it's just crazy because I said something about, it's not crazy. God knows. I'm learning that there are just things that me and God are supposed to know. So I think this is one of them days because, like, I didn't even tell y'all just everything. There are some other little bitty things that just was thrown in there too in this past hour, but just glory to God. Like, I got my main points out that I needed to get out, and I'm gonna tell one more thing. The lady from Freedom, like our Freedom Conference, she's from another church, and she does some like, oh, what's it called? It's like a deeper level of inner healing. I cannot think of the word right now, but I called her like a week ago, and she was gonna call me back when she was free, and she happened to call me within that 20 minutes of me crying, like, at my desk. And I'm like I couldn't even answer the phone because I'm just like, I don't even know what I want to say. But yeah, like throwing that in there too. Like, that's just like, I'm just like, oh, like, what are you doing to me? What are you doing to me? What are you doing to me? He's so worthy. All right, I'm about to get in my bed and read my book.